When I come through, I come fucking through.
Freestyle. Fuck it. Make your own rhymes.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Let's see. I do see the red lights on, straight from Fema Region 2, battling the coronavirus. It's the King Osiris. There's none like us. Here he comes. Kitty virus and all. It's Big Stevie Cool. It's GGP. It's Ben Hamin and hopefully Big Salallah kicking out here, man, because holy shit, it's going down. You know when Stevie's ready to throw some lead your way, motherfuckers, it's time to duck and cover. Here on your Conspiracy Horsemen. YOLO.
I think actually Vince McMahon had commented on one of my videos.
Did he? What did he say?
Yeah, because I put up the Power Block one a while ago, and I saw it on YouTube on my notifications, and somebody goes, "Oh, that's really smart having an apartment gym. What a dumb fucking idea that is." And I felt like replying and saying, "Yeah, because there's so many gyms that are open right now. It's really just
it's super
I
convenient.
can only beat Vince. There only can be one person with that kind of lack of awareness, you know."
Yeah, man.
And I think his YouTube account was like, "I beat God on pay-per-view." So I think it was him.
It was him. It had to be. And actually, did I say that? I got to say, big shout out to Triple D, because I was over there doing some work the other day and got me a new shirt, Bad Religion, Christopher Hitchens shirt. So,
how's he feeling right now?
They're doing all right, man. I mean,
Christopher Hitchens.
Oh, Hitchens. Well, he's not feeling nothing right now. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, Triple D's, they're open, Dippin' Donuts, man, drive through and walk in. That's pretty much everything that's going on. And we're waiting for sale, but we're also hoping at 7:30 Billy Ray Valentine join us from FEMA Region 1. Timmy Baltimore hitting me up at the same time here. Let's see. Could I email him that link? Yeah, so take it. I got to email Billy Ray Valentine this link real quick, man. But
well, we got Poppin on here. I mean, he's right there in the thick of everything too.
Yeah.
How's everything going over there?
It sucks, bro. When I tell you it sucks, that's even an understatement to say the least. Everything is closed. All the bars, all the restaurants, all the gyms. More importantly,
yeah.
I'm working from home. A lot of the businesses either laid people off, like a buddy of mine got laid off, and it's quote unquote temporarily, so they don't have to pay severance. You know what I mean? Oh. And because of the situation going on right now, people are losing money. I've lost a ton
there's Billy
of money, not only because I went shopping and had to buy a surplus amount of things, but I lost an exuberant amount of bookings over the next 2 months. That's a lot of Scott Old that I don't have in my pocket now. You know what I mean? So it sucks because, and on top of it, I was telling Ben, my kid broke my TV today.
Oh,
total heater, dude. Total heater.
You need to pop for that, but that's always like the toe stub on like what the fuck could possibly go wrong.
So I gotta go spend $4 now to go buy a new TV. You know?
So, Jesus. So make sure you go and get that NFO podcast merchandise, you guys.
That's right. Thank you. All you freaking schleps out there and all you scruffy nerf herders, go to newforceorder.com and buy the merch. We have the mugs. We have the T-shirts. We have the mankinis, the flamethrowers. You know it. You buy it.
Stevie's doing the Force Flex 5. You guys have been taking off. I did my Stevie Richards fitness today, man. I wanted to do deck of cards. I was like, nah, I'll just take 10 cards and flip them. This is just for my own little thing that I like to do. It's not like it's a real poker game or anything, but in the 10, I shuffle them up. I just peel off 10 cards at random face down, and then I see what the best poker hand I can make out of it after I do my set. So it gives me a little hope every time. Like I had a pair of threes and a pair of nines and a jacks, and I end up with jacks over nines in the best 5-card hand. So that's how I like to do my Stevie Richards. I do like a Spartan 300 set, but man, I know sales have been up because gyms are closed, and the fastest place to get sick is the fucking gym too. So I'm glad to see that people are taking their fitness seriously and going right to it, man.
You know what happened too? I mean, you would talk about, we'll probably get into all this, but Force USA, they've had a great surge in home gym sales. So there are people that are being very proactive and thinking about being resilient and resistant to whatever comes next.
Yeah.
But they got a 5.7 magnitude earthquake, and they're located in the Salt Lake City, Utah area, and they were hit with aftershocks all throughout there. Not to mention the five earthquakes along the East Coast in Tennessee, North Carolina. Could they be blowing up these dams? Could they be doing that?
They could be.
Very odd.
I see Billy Ray's there. Billy, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
How about you turn on your camera?
You
there,
turn
guy?
your camera on,
Peaches,
Peaches, or no?
I was told 7:30, and I did not want to disobey.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Such a mark.
They're on lockdown till 7:30.
He's just going to sit there in silence with his tag up on the fucking thing. Terrible. Oh, from FEMA Region 1.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. Welcome, dude. I know it's stressful time down there, or what it seems like. I know I don't usually see you sell for a ton, but I know going into this over the weekend, it was like, I'm sure the fear was spreading, because even upstate up here, with everybody at the grocery store, it's like you don't want to sell for it, but everybody is. So, if you don't even sell, you can't even get your basic essentials. So I'm sure down there where it's all locked down and everything's got to be imported, it was all fucked up, man.
Yeah, man. It's not even about a matter of selling at this point. It's about a matter of you're going to call their bluff or not. And I'm not willing to call their bluff on this. Straight up. I have too many people that depend on me for stuff. I'm not screwing around. A lot of people that I know have been nice enough, to leak information to me that they shouldn't be. And I've been able to prepare as a result, and I've been able to see things in the media that just points in a particular direction. Not that it can't be figured out, if by a normal person just watching, because right now they're just openly saying it. So they're screwing with us here in NYC, just screwing with us. No, we're not going to close the schools. Hey, we're going to close the schools. No, we're not going to do shelter in place. Hey, listen, we might do shelter in place. It might happen in the next 48 hours. And then you get Cuomo coming out and saying, no, we're not going to do that at all. It's not something we're going to do. And then, of course, it's going to happen. Cuomo's been trying to get the freaking military in here for weeks now. Openly talking writing op-ed letters to Donald Trump about, hey, we need the military here in New York. You think you're going to freaking not lock down this place?
For what? What means what logic?
What I've been told is just initially what they're going to do is keep corona patients in the hospitals. They're going to keep them in there. So they don't get out. They're going to isolate corona patients, and everybody else is going to be wherever. It's going to be a soft lockdown initially, from what I understand, and they're going to use that to their advantage. So it's probably this totalitarian tiptoe that they're doing.
Yeah, well,
because right now, what's up?
No, I mean, we talked. We've been covering it from the Bill Gates angle, and we'll talk about the origins. And I just want to say shout out to twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen chat room. Larry Agner's in there, been sending us a lot of stuff on Twitter. Really on top of it. One of the bloodhounds here at Hamin Media Group. And I'm going to come back around to you, but I didn't get to say what's up to GGP. I know it is a motherfucker, man, and everything that's going down. You guys are locked down. Big Ray, too, kind of obviously our guy on the ground who's getting information off the streets, which is where I like to hear it from before any mainstream media source. So, what are the stores looking like by you guys? Because when I went just the other day, I mean, it's old grandmas and whatever, and everyone's just grabbing shit. Toilet paper's been out for over a week. I don't know about, I didn't go out today to see about restock or anything like that, but meat section cleared out, milk cleared out, just getting crazy, dude. And what are people buying? Stevie pointed this out too, I think on Russo brand, all the supplements and vitamins and shit that would actually keep you alive in a time when you're fucked up. Nah. Tony's frozen pizzas, grab them by the half dozen, motherfucker. That's what people are doing for real. Like, the priority, even in a time of crisis, is so fucked up and so misplaced, man.
You're not far from the truth. Over here, in New York, where I'm at, same thing. Milk, eggs, bread's going. There's no meat. Chicken's gone. You can't even get chicken. You can get steaks. All the expensive steaks are still there. No one's touched those. You know what I mean? Ground beef is starting to go. Pork chops, milk, all the essentials. I mean, like you said, the only thing that's left is all the crap, all the fake food, Pop-Tarts and cereals.
Plenty of Doritos and Pepsi for everybody.
Absolutely. And I have a feeling everyone's going to end up looking like those people from Wall-E in the chairs at the end of this, all this, you know? And it's a damn shame. For what? For a flu. No one's made this much hysteria or panic over the other scenarios that are going down that have killed way more people, which are just as contagious, if not more contagious. I mean, now there's talks about South Korea, China, finding cures, able to stabilize the coronavirus. And there's supposedly labs in Texas and in Minnesota that have found some kind of a prevention to help move forward. We don't hear about that. We don't hear about that in the media. We haven't heard about this professor from Harvard who got arrested. You know, we haven't heard about Oprah Winfrey's house getting seized down in Boca Raton, you know, by the feds, the Alphabet Boys, which kind of leads into the theories that Stevie's been sending us, you know, in the chat.
Yeah, we've been trying to follow up on that. That's strange. We're going to get to all that if you haven't been following it yet. Stevie's talking about the numbers. We did a bit of that with Russo yesterday, and you were putting over, you know, what's the real deal of what's back open in China, and why wouldn't we have that same stuff here, man, if you want to talk about that real quick.
Well, I mean, I don't know, you know, with China, you don't know what kind of disinformation is coming out of that throughout the course of all this. But one thing is for sure, the Apple stores are all open. All 42 of them are open, full operation, 100% staffed, all that stuff. The CEO of Adidas said the factories and everything are running at 100% capacity, fully operational. That's just the example. And obviously, if the Apple stores are open, they just announced a brand new iPad Pro that you're going to be able to get next week, a brand new MacBook Air that you're going to be able to get next week, a new SKU of Mac Minis with better storage for lower prices. That's a brand new like supply thing. So I have to assume that Foxconn has been making all this stuff and shipping it over, which means if it has components or it's been touched by people that are infected with the coronavirus, shouldn't there be some kind of transmission possibility with that?
Should there be a mass recall on all devices made in the last 4 months that were shipped?
But I think that's we're speaking in absolutes, because we can say, well, you know, piece it together or speculate. There are new Apple products coming out next week. That means they're already on the shipping containers, or they're already here from China.
They're already loaded, ready to go to the store.
So if Apple's not worried, I'm sure Amazon and Alibaba, which is the Chinese Amazon over there, they've been shipping stuff out. People have been doing unboxings of stuff for Alibaba, the arcade panels and all that stuff. Sneakers are not running out. You know what I mean? Everything that's made in China is Amazon's backed up like 2 or 3 days because people are just ordering tons of shit.
Yeah.
But why isn't Amazon shutting down if everything in China isn't able to send to their fulfillment warehouses? It's just asking questions like that.
The shipping of like taking down the limits on when truckers can be in there and not doubling up on shipments, of how they've choked off replacing things in the store here in America is very suspect in leading to something bigger to keep the chaos and panic going. It's very, a bigger part of the mind psyop of keeping the hysteria there. I want to say,
just follow up one quick thing.
Sure.
Anybody out there, you know what the safest, calmest, and actually friendliest place that you can go in any city while you're able to go there? Your local gun store. You want to talk about a chill place, and everybody got guns. Yeah. Nobody's fucking with anybody. Nobody's pushing and shoving. Everybody's cool. They're talking. Lots of even new gun owners like me walking through. The people behind the counter are taking their time to show you stuff, let you pick out something for home defense or whatever you want. But I'll tell you what, too, I've never seen so many people in one place buying so many guns and bullets. We literally
I thought it
can only
never.
buy
I got
range ammo the other day. What's that?
Well, that pops me again. I'll have to do the same joke.
Step Brothers joke?
No, you're like, we only gonna get range ammo. I go, yeah, that's gonna fucking make a difference at 30 feet away when you fucking hit somebody with range ammo. They're like gonna brush. Oh, that's only range ammo. Fuck that, bro. Like they're not hollow
I know,
points.
but to me, it was just like ammo itself. You know, Joe Biden trying to take away the dreaded AR-14s. I hope he keeps going after those AR-14s. Keep doing that, Joe. You're doing great.
Well,
you didn't prove the primaries or work at all by winning them.
What popped me is in the chat, you sent the message, we wanted to get a 20 gauge, but the line was too long. Like he was waiting for some Christmas present fucking thing he had to get. And they're like, fuck it, the kid.
We'll go all the way.
We're just like, should we get the 20? Nah, the line's too long. How's the lines where you are, man, for what you're waiting for, whether it's bodega or fucking, wherever for a pizza? What's going down? Ray posted some shit with him on the train, fucking empty, bro.
Yeah, man. And the thing was, it wasn't always like that. Actually, this morning it was fine. I mean, the subway is insane 9 times out of 10. I'm sure Pop knows the deal about that. What's up to the rest of you guys? And I get to say hello. And what's up, everybody listening? But subways are packed like nobody's business 9 times out of 10. So we still have riders there. I took it this morning. I had to go to work. But it's a lot less people than normal. And it depends on the line, of course. My supermarket right here is empty. I mean, gone. Like you just only vegetables are left because those, go bad. Vegetables and fruits. Everything else is gone. The crap is gone. The good stuff is gone. People went and got Chef Boyardee. They got whatever they could get their hands on it. And you know what? I don't discourage that. It may not be healthy, but it'll get you through. So if you need to get some Chef Boyardee and Tang, go right ahead and do it. Right. Right. I love Tang. Wu-Tang and Tang. A perfect combination. Mm-hmm. But straight up and down, it's serious, right? It is serious. People aren't playing any games. Most New Yorkers walking the street know that there's a lockdown coming. They don't know when, but they know it's going to happen. That was the talk at my job today. I work at a paint store, right? These masks have been sold out for a month and a half. And every time we get a replenishment, they are gone like hours. Gone, just gone. People just come in and take them. So people are hip that something's going on, and they're hip that there's going to be a lockdown. They're up on it already. They don't know exactly the degree of what's going to happen, though. We're looking at a place like San Francisco. My sister's out there, and I know a couple of other people out there. And, they're jogging and doing whatever. Listen, they're going to use that as an excuse to put us under straight up martial law because the numbers aren't going to go down. They're just going to go up. And it may not be a result of what they're doing. It's just the natural cycle of this thing. I don't even know what the hell it is. The numbers are going to go up. It's inevitable. And they're going to blame it on people not respecting this social distancing shit that they came up with. And it's going to happen here in New York. We're going to do a soft lockdown. And we're going to be able to go do whatever it is we're going to do. And then, this is out of hand. We're going to have to lock it down altogether. And have the military here. I've already been told by some military people what's going down. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's just the degree of what we're going to get. That's what we don't know yet. Is it going to be full on straight up martial law or just like a martial law light, like a simulation of martial law, just to prep us for whatever's to come later? But something's coming without a doubt. And I see in every other major city in the country. All right. And they may lock down the United States altogether. I'm still not going to back off from that idea. I think they'll lock down the entire United States. I don't know. This is just me. But every major city here has a problem. Go ahead.
I'm saying, I'm obviously, if you aren't familiar with Billy Ray Valentine, you pull your head out of your ass because he's the host of America Unplugged and the Infinite Fringe, and obviously a great producer here at Hamin Media Group and former host or sometimes host of the Wednesday Locker Room. But yeah, man, what are your contacts saying? We've interviewed so many people over the last 2-3 years. I'm sure they're checking in with the Stooge Report, but does this lead to just a test run, or what is that next big thing for lockdown and the way they're going? Because if it's already clearing up in Wuhan,
right? See, that's the thing, though.
You know,
Ben, sorry to interrupt you.
No,
that's the thing, though. It's clearing up in China, and in Wuhan, we don't know yet, really. The reports coming out of there are just all over the place. We get some that say that there's a partial, like little by little, they're letting go on their workforce. And like in China itself, like in Shanghai and Hong Kong, all these other places, like it's happening. People are going back to work. Wuhan is a different story altogether. It's just little by little, they're letting people go there. So if you check the cameras, man, I'm going to send you guys a link. Please don't let me forget it. There's cameras for Wuhan. You can check. And then they have they're real-time cameras, man. There's no one on the freaking street, bro.
Yeah.
It's not back, right? People aren't back yet. Yeah. They're just not. Like, so I think they're getting, I hope to God they're getting over it. For the record, I think they're making way too much out of this. Personally, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, right? I think they're just taking advantage of this, but I'm actively watching China. I'm actively watching Italy and hoping that there's a turn, because we look at them, that's what's going to happen to us. That's why I'm very hesitant about what's going on here.
Go ahead.
There's a few things I want to add to what Billy Ray said. Number one, Billy Ray, I got to tell you something. Don't forget to send us the links.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Number two, more importantly, there's a saying that I have always said, and you guys hear me say it a million times: you follow the money, you'll find the truth. Now, we were very privy to seeing a video that was shared amongst us. This whole scenario that's been down, that has gone down, and over there in China land, they nationalized all the companies through buying the stocks on their stock market. They didn't use force, they didn't use guns, they didn't use any means of violence. So they crashed the market, and the government went in, bought all the company stock back at half price. Now their stock market's down, 2%, as opposed to the way ours is. China's trying to become a superpower. They're trying to take our spot. We're in the main event spot. They're tired of jerking the curtain, and they want it. And on top of that, we have the Federal Reserve doing quantitative easing, putting in over almost $2 trillion into the market, and the market hasn't come back.
How about, sorry, I'm just going to cut in one sec. How about that space fucking thing I did with the retired general, right? His whole thing wasn't even about space, the final frontier. It was about getting ahead of China and advancing, so we had the thunder fuck on them, pretty much. Go ahead.
So that's a very good point that you brought up, because that totally feeds into this.
Right.
But on top of that, at the end of the day, what are we looking at? We're looking at fear mongering. We're looking at propaganda. We're looking at panic, hysteria, and we know that those that run the world, the quote unquote elite global banksters, if you will, Illuminati, if you want to call them that, whatever you want to call them, they never let a good panic or a good hysteria go to waste, because they're there to capitalize off of it. And that's exactly what's going on. If
right.
all this money now going down, like I saw today, I was watching a video. I think it was Ron Paul. I think it was sent by Stevie.
I saw you guys sent that. I didn't get to see it. Tell me about it.
They basically said the same thing, that this is all hoopla, it's all propaganda, it's all hype. But the problem is this: we have a banking system based on keeping a certain percentage of money in the bank, which is supposed to be 10%. So if you're lending out $10 million, you need to have $1 million of cash in the bank in order to leverage it 10-1. Now that minimal threshold is gone. So all the banks now don't need to keep reserves in their systems, and this has been passed recently. So they don't need to have any physical money in the bank, but yet they can do transactions left and right with no money there, which doesn't make any sense. So it seems like they're looking to break the system.
Right. That's the last steps of the failed economy: printing money, when there's nothing to back it at all. I do know Stevie's trying to help us get a payday. He reached out to the office today. He's got you booked as an extra to be in the crowd at WrestleMania at the Performance Center. So that'll be a big payday for you right front and center there. So wear the merch.
All right. Well, if you and I go together, then we can do a run-in together.
I'm ready. I'll be there.
Let's do it.
I bought my.
We'll even bring the Dynasty. We'll even bring the Dynasty Tag Championship.
That's right. Right over
Finally
there.
defend those things.
Finally, yeah. Maybe we'll get a.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Mike Hawes out there.
Yeah.
Mike Hawes from Bumps and Brews.
He's in the chat room right now. Just cheered us some bits, man. Appreciate
awesome.
that, Hawes.
Shout out to him because him and I we talked behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
he fed me some information months ago that came out to be true from his sources. And he's been spot on with everything he's been telling me.
Well, I talked to him on chat the other day too, real quick in between recording, and he was saying the numbers in China are way higher death toll. So we'll see how things shake out because everybody wants to act like things are good and ready to go, and even like already passing the buck that this could be completely animal made and isn't manufactured at all, and like. The whole espionage side going out. Stevie, take it, man. Where are you at right now?
Well, I think you talk about espionage, you talk about traitors to this country and this system and trying to create more chaos. The Greg Mosier just said it happened in Louisville as well.
Oh,
the Philadelphia district attorney comes out, and this is what I want to point out to Billy Ray and ask him if this is happening. Why would you, as a district attorney or any politician on any level, tell everybody, hey, by the way, if there's any petty crimes that are non-life threatening or non-lethal, we're not coming out to arrest anybody. Why the fuck would you announce that? Because now I'm scared for everybody. That Sal's nearby in Easton. Michael Herman from Retrosoft Studios is outside Philly. I have family in Philly, and just generally for people's sake, the next morning I sent you guys the pictures from this morning after they announced it yesterday. The whole row of cars in Philly, broken windows and robbed. How many home invasions? How many people are going to have their ass beat coming out like when there finally is food or toilet paper and get rolled on or shot in the leg, which is considered to be non-lethal, and they're just going to leave them there. They even said, Greg Mosier said, that they're not even going to come out for hit and runs. So it's only your loved ones in the street because somebody just panicked and hit them, or somebody doesn't think like, hey, this is wrong. Maybe I'll get in trouble. Now it's like the purge. Like, I'm just going to go out there, and if I fuck somebody up and don't kill them, no cops are coming. Dude, that is straight up, like, if there's a local level of treason, you got it right there.
He says there's over 50 break-ins in cars in the last 2 days after that in Louisville area. And one of my students there, LaTanya, from when I was teaching at Daymar College, she was at Walmart this morning, 6 a.m. on the hood side of town. Not that there's a classy Walmart, I guess, but like, dude, frozen section emptied, meat emptied, all drinks emptied, like more than I've seen almost any other store, just crushed. Like people who have no survival skills or have to have everything shipped in, which is New York City. I mean, it's an island. They're not making anything there for the people. It was the renewable resources. All got to be shipped in through tunnels and bridges. Like, now you're just feeding people, man. Like, everything's shut down. You got to have free lunches ready to go. What are you going to do? Like, your Grubhub orders in the next 4 hours you're going to get like a 4-hour timeout on it now when everybody's ordering same time, same everything. It's going to be madness, dude. If they really do go with this for longer, then I'd say you got till Sunday. And then what?
No, I was going to say to Billy Ray, really. Oh, God. Sorry.
No, we got from the local school system here. I have all 37 of my children in the house. So It's like WrestleMania. It's like a fucking Royal Rumble here.
Yeah.
But the schools that shut down, they said they're going to be shut down until April 1st.
Oh, yeah. That's what I did that in my second set on Hamin the other night. I go.
Oh, which was just fucking classic. I saw the pictures of you dressed up with the beekeeper outfit and the gloves.
Good stuff, man.
Priceless. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, I was like, oh, you guys loved having them fucking kids, didn't you? That's all I had to say pretty much after that. Like, it's like you enjoy spending all that quality time with them. ain't gonna send them outside when it's 35 and raining. I go, I'm open my own daycare. I'll fuck your kids up real good. Like send them over. So yeah, man, Billy
I was
Ray.
going to say, Billy
go
Ray,
ahead.
real quick. First of all, Pop It On, you're actually violating the law. You're gathering is too many people right now in your house.
That's it.
So you have to knock
Kayfabe,
that
brother,
down to 10.
kayfabe.
Fucker.
Billy Ray, what
Yeah.
if Mayor de Blasio or the governor announced that statewide? Actually, all three of you guys, since you all live in the state of New York, what if the governor said something like that? Hey, by the way, if somebody robs your house or your car or beats you up outside Walmart or does something to you, we're not going to send the cops out. What kind of message to Manhattan or Brooklyn or Queens or Rome, New York to probably get shot? I mean, it's probably like, all right,
dude.
cool.
I got a shovel handle, a cut off shovel handle in the truck. So you got to get by that first, and then if I got to come back on you, I can touch you from 300 yards with a 308 with the Buckmaster scope on it. That's no problem. So you won't even you look down before you know what the hell happened, and be knocked off your feet. So that.
But what if it's only range ammo?
Well, dude, I can probably still get you maybe 200, 220. But that's the thing. De Blasio, he might say that shit, or Cuomo, whoever. Let him say that from his pulpit in Albany and New York City. Come up here and try and tell that to the country motherfuckers, dude. It'll be the last anybody sees from them. It'll be some Jimmy Hoffa shit, man. Like, where's the body? I don't know, dude. Deep in the woods in the Adirondacks somewhere. A bear got him. A bear came out of nowhere and took him off into the woods kicking and screaming. And that'll be it. And that was the end of you.
Cuomo and de Blasio is like Dumb and Dumber, dude. They're two of the dumbest, most idiot. I can't even explain because I get so mad when I think about them. They're just a bunch of incapable.
Yeah.
They're assholes. That's it. Done deal. They are the wrong person.
Well, they're hand selected by Wall Street and Westchester County. They don't represent. They don't represent New York State in any way, shape, or form, dude.
And Westchester has it the worst. They had it the worst. They had like 100 cases where the National Guard had to come in and take over. But anyhow. But there are theories. I want to go down this path.
Yeah.
As we see, we may be victim to martial law. All right, there's a good possibility that may happen all the major cities first, then the entire country, then the world, whatever. So what do we have? We have the fence and we have two sides. We have one side saying this is leading to the global domination of the New World Order, not Hogan, Hall, and Nash.
Why not?
Because they're old. But the elites taking over, doing the one world religion, the one world government, the one world currency, the RFID chip, through the vaccine for the coronavirus that we've been saying for years, all this stuff. Then there's another story that's been coming about that this is just a cover-up. That the good guys, the White House, the part of the cabal who aren't part of the cabal, who are revolting, the NWO Wolfpack members of the government, are arresting all these individuals worldwide. The Pope, they banned flights so he couldn't leave Italy, and everybody from the Vatican. I know you're laughing, Billy. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
No, I got you, man. Every time I hear that, it makes me laugh. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Like Tom Hanks and all these Hollywood elites, like Oprah's house being sieged. All these earthquakes happening because these dumb bases are being blown up because they can't escape. All these elites are going to get arrested from all these concealed indictments that happened over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, are starting to come into fruition. And we're looking over at 150,000 arrests, and they're looking to end the Federal Reserve, end the IRS, stabilize the economy, and offer a new currency here in the States backed by gold. And this has been the 4D chess game that QAnon, the quote-unquote long angle or the long game that we always make fun of, that's supposed to be coming into fruition over the next coming months. So
it's
man,
it's damn sexy, isn't it? It's so sexy. Go ahead.
No, I think all of us here know that that's complete bullshit, right? That it doesn't stand a chance at happening. This is clearly, if it's anything, it's a complete takeover. I mean, they're talking martial law on the streets with Andrew Cuomo, who wants to be the president of the United States, so he gets at Donald Trump, and they have a dick measuring contest on Twitter just for kicks, man. Meanwhile, everybody else is going nuts out here trying to freaking survive, right? and there's a certain amount of fear that's gone into this, but there's a certain amount of realism as well. Like you just need to be real about this. And QAnon is not real. Sorry to break it to you. He is not real. Okay. The deep state, freaking fighting the deep state, fighting the Democrats, who all of a sudden got labeled as the deep state. That shit ain't real either. Okay. It's just not. All right. This is lunacy. It's fantasy. And people are completely just so invested into this that they keep looking at any way to try to make whatever situation work in their worldview. All right, this is bigger than Donald Trump. This is bigger than Donald Trump. This is a world. I think Donald Trump was standing up there. He had no idea what the hell was going on. Trying to pacify people. I don't know if he really thought it was. It doesn't. He got up there and he was like, "Hey, listen, calm down. Go have a nice dinner." It was hilarious. I laughed at that. You know, it was funny. But everybody looked at him like, what the hell? What the hell, right? So, I mean, he was completely off the script for some reason. And then they got him right back on the script. He went right back onto the script, started saying, yeah, this is serious. They sat him down, had a talk with him, did the whole deal. Whether you believe the virus is serious or not is irrelevant at this point, in my opinion. Is it going to kill people? Yes, it is, right? The flu kills people all the time. This is stuff we need to deal with. God bless everyone that's going to go as a result of this or that has gone. God bless them. Ultimately, I see it. Ultimately, it's irrelevant, right? It's
Well, the thing too, Billy Ray and
we'll
guys.
talk about that later, man.
The thing with all this,
Stevie, come on, what's up?
they I like when you do that. When you
I
just
know when he
pass it
does
on.
the
What's
come
up, what's
on.
up?
Come on, Stevie.
Just
Tell
took
me
over as
something.
the host. Sorry,
Tell
Ben.
me,
You're out.
tell me something. Tell me something. Come on, Stevie.
You know, lots of people saying great things in the chat room. Angelo Andrews said that his friend in the military just got activated, so something big might be coming there.
Right. No, that happened to me. Listen, my last day of school here in the Bronx, right, was Wednesday of last week. And I only went in to make contacts because I needed to know some people in this class that I was antisocial and I didn't speak to anyone. So I'm like, I got to make some contacts here. So I went in as a result of that. I'm also a teacher's assistant in the school for an anatomy class. It had 100 people in it.
He models for it. He's got a big hammer that he gets out there, and they all draw it.
That's the Helen Keller School of art, right?
Right, exactly.
They all have to come up and touch it, make sure they get a firm grasp on what it looks like.
A lot of people in that class know who I am because I have a part in helping instruct the class. I don't know these people. I'm leaving the school, and one of these dudes comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And he wanted help with something. I'm like, "Definitely, I'll help you." He's like, "Listen, I'm leaving." Like, where are you leaving to? He's like, "I'm leaving right now." And he just turns around, shows me his book bag, National Guard. He's like, "I'm leaving. I've just been deployed." I'm like, "Where to?" He's like, "I don't know. They haven't told me yet. I'm going to go police quarantines around the United States, but I don't know where." That's it. That's Wednesday when I left. And that was last week. This stuff has been decided already. They're over there talking like it hasn't been, like there's a back and forth. Like de Blasio is going, he said, "Hey, listen, 48 hours, you guys should expect the decision to shelter in place here in New York City."
Yeah.
And then Cuomo goes back and says, "No, that's not what I want." This is nonsense, man. It's a done deal.
Yeah,
it is a done deal.
It was done like what? How long ago, right? And they're doing this theater of the absurd in front of people back and forth.
So do you think this is Project Bluebeam, but instead of aliens, they're using viruses?
Oh, man, you know what, man? I don't even know, bro, right?
I don't think it could be. It's not under Bluebeam. They have a whole nother. This is a whole nother project that we don't even know the name of. It's
right. I think that's a good way of putting it.
This is that 201 that we just discussed from the other shows
in October.
Right. Was that
days before Shoot the Moon? Here in New York City, they did that crap.
Right. And
Bill Gates was out here doing that.
And now everyone's rushing, like the Nancy Browns will be like, "Well, Bill Gates warned us in the vaccines." That's their whole plan, is to get the vaccines in place, you stupid fuckers.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. Go ahead, Pop.
No, I was going to say, we also got to add the fact that Bill Gates stepped down from Microsoft and off the board of what's his name's
Warren Buffett's foundation.
Warren Buffett's thing.
Well, that doesn't this play into the bigger conspiracy with the sexiness of it, that they are coming for the Vatican pedophiles, that they are the Tom Hanks thing. And even though it does, dude, I go back to the movie Blow, the Pee Wee Herman scene. If movie stars and athletes do it and make it cool, then everyone will do it. Right after that, we get 3 NBA players. Then we get black people can't get it. Who gets it? Idris Elba. Like, dude, like just everything that would be a fear, like they have a chess move for. And they use their sports figures. Like, think of all the cases that there are in America, supposedly already. Not many. Now, you're going to have X amount of NBA players.
Right.
Superstar Tom Hanks, superstar Idris Elba, like the people that white people will listen to the most and that black culture will put. No fucking way, dude.
Agreed, man. Agreed. Out of all the freaking people.
You got a better chance of waking up with the Empire State Building flagpole up your asshole and getting struck by lightning at the same fucking time. There's no way. And winning with a winning lottery ticket in your hand. There's no way. So that's just like the bigger work of it all as we look at it as wrestlers and wrestling fans. You're not getting that one by the fucking goalie on this one, dude. No.
Yeah, but here's the deal, bro. I mean, aside all that, you know, obviously getting sponsored by these celebrities to push the agenda. Why are all these CEOs stepping down from all these major companies? There has to be a bigger play here. Now, I'm not agreeing with
because
the sexiness of the.
They know they want to crash the system.
Even if they want to crash the system, doesn't mean that they can sell their stocks next day.
Do you want to go down with the ship? If you know the iceberg's coming and the ship's going down, do you want to get the fuck off on the first one, or are you going to want to sit there and play your cello while it gets nailed? They're getting the fuck out.
No, I get it, but I'm telling you this: the majority of these CEOs who are stepping down, right? They're stepping down. They're getting their stocks or whatever, their severance packages, which is mainly stocks, maybe half of it in cash, quarter of it in cash, whatever. But all those stocks they get, they can't just sell next day. They have to have it for a certain amount of grace period, or they have to have it for a certain amount of time before they can go on the open market and sell it.
Yeah, but those dudes got so many ways around, bro, and that.
No, I understand, but what I'm saying is this: it's Microsoft, Disney. Bob Iger just stepped off, right? All these other people to mention, I can't even mention names. Well, it's just so many companies have been.
I'll find
even
it.
Blue chip.
Matt Chef, sent it to me.
Blue chip.
He sent it to me too. I'm looking for it.
The blue chip companies, you know what I'm saying? They even stepped down. So it's not even like these fly-by-night .com companies. These are legitimate companies that have a solid footing in the market and actually do business worldwide. And all these CEOs are stepping down without explanation. And it's not 1 or 2 or 10. It's in the hundreds. The last few months, over the last 6 months, maybe close to 1,000 CEOs have stepped down.
So that, to me, are they getting the Iggy on the big, you're all going to Gitmo for what you've done? And they're trying not to take down their companies with them before they do that.
Well, what do you think the flight restrictions are now? We can't fly international.
That they can't leave, right? So they can't all bounce. Here, I got the graphic. I'll put that out here.
So maybe there is some truth to this fairy tale sexiness that we hope happens.
What did we put?
Probably won't.
I sent you guys, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. It was before last week's Horsemen, anyway, where they arrested 600 Latino suspected gang and mafia members too, and that plays right into this. Let's clean it up, and we're going to make moves in the 4D chess game, too. So there's others. I'm going to show this graphic here before I switch it out. In case you missed it, federal agents arrested Dr. Charles Lieber, chair of Harvard University's Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, with lying to the Department of Defense about secret monthly payments of $50,000 paid by China and receipt of millions more to help set up a chemical biological research lab in China. Also arrested were 2 Chinese quote-unquote students working as research assistants, one of whom was actually a lieutenant in the Chinese army. The other captured at Logan Airport as he tried to catch a flight to China, smuggling 21 vials of quote-unquote sensitive biological samples, according to the FBI. Oh, almost forgot, the research lab and the good professor had helped set it up. It's located in Wuhan University of Technology. Wuhan, China is ground zero for the potential global pandemic known as the coronavirus, which is both spreading and rapidly killing people on this whatever graphic. Let me switch this out, and I'll put in that one of all the CEOs that have stepped down just so you can get a feel and tie that to the brands that you know and love so much. Here we go. Boom. Disney, Bear and Bear, MasterCard, Victoria's Secret, Salesforce, Hulu, Uber Eats, IBM, MGM Resorts, and LinkedIn have all stepped down, in addition to the ones we talked about most recently. Within 1 month, all of them stepped down. How is that not something bigger going on, you know?
Right.
In this greater piece, we saw the Oprah thing, and that we didn't get a chance to research it much. And the lady's first thing kind of had it. Then Russo kind of went in on this, Stevie, and sent us a follow-up video that dispelled it. But then she came back and dispelled the dispelling video, and I don't know where we're at now. I just know eyes are on that area, and it's something that's on the radar in this greater what the fuck is going on through it all. I did have another point that was way more important than this when it came to Corona. I lost it. It'll come back to me. Go ahead.
Corona.
That's it. Go ahead, Stevie.
Well, the Oprah thing is really interesting because the placement of her estate near international waters, the fact that basically there's rumors that with the parties you can bring the kids, traffic them through international waters right there,
Into
and
the bay.
it can't be enforced, or there's no jurisdiction. So that's the loophole there. For her to say, I'm just doing social distancing like anybody else, dude, they were excavating and putting up Red Cross signs outside, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. How is that socially? Are you building a moat?
Well, the Red Cross thing, like they dispelled it because it was like, it looked like a Red Cross as he drove by quick, but then they looked at it and it's this company that does seawalls, but they're saying there's a tunnel walls because it's right by the bay in the beach there, so like break walls.
So
what, she
bringing a tunnel out of our house underneath the sea?
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, dude. And this tunnel might go to what is already a lab, like in that area. And the road was shut down, and the dude tried to dispel that, but then there's nobody there, and there was all red tape up. And if there was FBI and CIA or whoever there, or IRS, who knows? They didn't
Weren't
get that.
they selling the property too? There
Yeah,
was a for sale sign.
For sale on it, and that nobody was ever really there, like that the locals even knew. So just some strangeness of this added into it. But what's strange is that Oprah goes on Twitter and says, "Heard my name was trending. I wanted to let you know it's all a lie." Like, you know, as far as like, why would she come out and even have to say anything and sell for that? That was suspect to me. What do you guys think? Yeah.
But listen, with this all going down, this kind of reminds me of the envelopes that they got at Bush Dad's funeral. You know what I'm saying? So that's a breadcrumb. This thing with Oprah is a breadcrumb. All these CEOs stepping down, more breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying?
That was the other thing I was thinking too, because you said envelope, and I looked at my name. Now they're talking there. Stevie called it. He said, this is how they're going to slide in universal basic income. Right. 4 days ago, it was $1,000 and 500 kid. Now Trump saying too large for each person. But then Stevie, here's the big thing, guys. Here's what I really believe is also going down, and let no good crisis go to waste, Rahm Emanuel style. We've had a couple stooge reports from people in the UK living in Spain, and now from teachers and school administrators who are saying, here's how they're going to do it. They're going to say everything needs to be cleaned and sanitized. Sanitation companies are going to fucking have to go through every building, every school before your kids can come back. They're not sanitation companies. they're 5G setup companies set to look like sanitation companies. They come in, put up all the technology while everybody's out of the way, and then bing, bang, boom, we're off to the races with 5G, and no one is the wiser. Our contact in Spain, who's originally from the UK, said that's exactly what they did. And then we got a stooge off letter like 2-3 days ago with the same info for America. And it was like inside info from administrators on high to vice principals who were told to keep it hush hush. But we're fucking, we're realists. We're truthers. That ain't ever going to happen. Stevie, go ahead. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna speak briefly, but this is really Billy Ray's wheelhouse. The 5G thing, I was doing some research, and there was a video that I sent to the guys. I could send it to you, Billy, if I can find it again. This guy was talking about how the flus or viruses or major pandemics throughout the world in this century, or, you know, from the 1900s until now, they coincide with a major, like, frequency jump as far as like electricity. Then when we launch satellites into the Van Allen belts, and now 5G, it seems like those are lining up. Like the Spanish flu lined up with some kind of electrical grid system that was put up, and it kind of like made a lot of people sick because they were saying, how can this person in Kansas get sick with the flu and then a person in Africa during the times of the Spanish flu? And it's kind of like, how did the coronavirus spread so quickly when you can't really line up or connect the dots of who, like patient 0 or patient 1,000 or 5,000, where these people have traveled to? It seems like it instantly spread across the globe, and that's sort of connected to 5G. So it was an interesting video, and I know you've been talking about 5G for a very long time. So tell me what's up.
A lot of people have been hitting me with that. So many people hit me with 5G and this coronavirus. I've got literally about 6 videos that people have sent me that I haven't watched because, quite frankly, I've been getting ready for this lockdown. So everybody sent me a ton of stuff. So there's definitely something to it. And Crow 777 on, I think it's 2-3 episodes ago. I don't remember which one exactly it is, but he had some dude on that was saying that viruses don't exist. Listen, I'm not saying this. That's what this guy said. Okay. And he did talk about the electromagnetic aspect of things and how that's what's actually going on with us rather than, actual viruses. So there could be something to it. Look at Elon Musk also. He put all those stupid satellites in the air, SpaceX supposedly. What does that have to do with all of this stuff and the 5G rollout? Right? All of that stuff needs to be looked at. I want to go back real quick to QAnon and all of this nonsense, right? I think 2-3 days ago, they bombed Iran.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
The United States went ahead and bombed Iran again. Okay. And no one's talking about it. It's all about Corona. But how does that fit into the puzzle? Because all of these people in Iran are dying left and right.
What was the target in Iran?
I heard they killed some general or something or other. But they said there was some strike from Iran, supposedly. And then the United States retaliated. But ultimately, the Iranian government has been really pissed and been, screaming at the top of their lungs that these sanctions need to be lifted against them because they can't fight Corona as a result. So people over there are dying a lot more, right? I think it's the third one or the second one next to China.
I saw pictures of mass graves.
I think Italy is number 2 and Iran is number 3. What was that, buddy?
They said, I saw that. Well, I don't know if it's propaganda, but there was pictures of dead bodies laying there in bags, and they're building mass graves and putting them in there.
Yeah. That's John Brissom sent me a ton of that, and he showed me a bunch of that they were digging mass graves. That
was actually overhead shot outside the Varsity in Atlanta. They were a lot of last hot dogs, last fights from the conveyor belt.
So that's something we need to be taking into account. And these they said they're going to double down on these restrictions against the Iranians. And then Mike Pompeo goes on Twitter and makes fun of them, makes fun of Iran. So where does that fit into this whole, it's the deep state is being, knocked out right now. There's martial law being talked about against us, the people, not the deep state, against us. We are the ones that are going to be locked down for however long. They're talking about 3 4, 5 to 6 months on this. Some people say
they added up to 18
right,
months.
exactly.
Now.
I was building to that. Some people say 6 to 9. Now they're saying 18 months. I don't think it's going to go that far. I could be very wrong, but I think we could at least expect 5 months here in New York.
Oh, stop it.
It'll be different. Where are you, Pop?
I'm in the island.
On Long Island.
Yeah. Not Staten Island.
So if it comes to that, like if it came to that, like craziness, and they did it, and you're on lockdown, you got to get away. I got boats. You just got to get to a certain fucking area, and then come get you across the water.
The house of conspiracy is now going to be built.
We got.
Let's do it.
We got the land, bro. I got 120 acres to hide in the woods. We're fine.
I sent you guys in the chat. Sorry, Bill, I didn't send it to you because I know you're busy and everything. But there was this like March 2020 really sucks, and then it says April, and there's a UFO coming through the clouds. Dude, in all seriousness, I saw that and laughed, but then I said, what will make everybody in the world come down to their knees and beg the leaders of the world? Like, it'll unify, but it also will be so weakened, and all the Nancy Browns will be looking for guidance. I don't doubt that they would hit us with Project Bluebeam like right away. Like, what's next? And you're so exhausted from everything. You just want your UBI. You want us to save them, to save us from the aliens, and we just don't know what to do.
And that's the playbook, right, Stevie? That's the playbook, right? They're gonna make us want their solution. That's the playbook. That's what they do. They make us ask for it. Go ahead.
It's the power bomb and the turnbuckle come out Superman punch playbook.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
100. You're on mute, bro. I can't hear what you're saying.
What? You can hear me now.
No, not you. Ben, you were saying something. You're on mute.
I'm on mute? What the fuck?
I hear you now.
Oh.
There we go.
No, I hate that spot.
I know. That's why I said it, just to pop you. But, Stevie, you shared an article. Did you get a chance to read it? Because I didn't get a chance to read it about these studies claim that a malaria drug named chloroquine is effective against coronavirus. Did you read that or no?
I started to read it, but I had to get here with you guys. But just even the title, and I started to read it, and it got me mad that that's being suppressed right now.
It's a lot of stuff being suppressed in the media for this thing. This thing is not. It's no selling a lot of things, and just steamrolling niggas like an 18-wheeler, like drunk driving. Ain't no surviving.
But no, there's a lot of things being suppressed about it, but I think the most important thing that's being suppressed are the actual numbers, right? We don't know.
Oh yeah.
And I wish people would acknowledge that. And by people, I mean these freaking experts that are giving us these projections that are doomsday projections saying that millions and millions of Americans are going to die if we don't take action. And that's extreme action like China did. If we don't lock everybody down and social distancing, everyone's going to freaking die. And it's coming from these projections from the CDC and from the World Health Organization and all this other crap, right? But ultimately, people are getting over this in their home and not reporting it. They're just sitting at home, and I'm like, all right, I'm over it. So they're not reporting it. So how are these numbers correct?
They're not. They're all fudge. They're
exactly.
Books,
it's all a bunch of nonsense. These numbers may be a bunch of nonsense. I'm not saying this thing isn't deadly, all right? I'm sure people are dying. People are dying.
We're about to cash in.
Way overblown.
We're about to cash in on this shit, bro. Chloroquine phosphate, an old-fashioned anti-malarial drug, has shown strong results against COVID-19 infections in South Korea and China. As Anthony Watts notes here, there have been at least 3 studies demonstrating its efficacy against the coronavirus. Here's one by James M. Tornado and Gregory J. Reggiano in association with Stanford University of Medicine and National Academy of Science researchers. According to their summary, recent guidelines from South Korea and China reported that chloroquine is an effective antiviral and therapeutic treatment against the coronavirus disease. 2019 use of the chloroquine tablets is also favorable outcomes in humans infected with the coronavirus, including faster times to recover and shorter hospital stays. U.S. CDC research shows that chloroquine has strong potential as a prophylactic preventative measure against coronavirus, in the lab. While waiting for a vaccine to be developed, chloroquine is an inexpensive and globally available drug that has been in widespread human use since 1945 against malaria, autoimmune, and other various conditions. It can prevent and treat malaria as well. So, inexpensive. So that means let's rebrand it and charge fucking 2,000% more.
It was crazy just trying to find a Purell out here.
That's
There
gone.
was some
That's
dude
gone.
at 7-Eleven charging $10 a pop for some little thing of Purell like this. And it wasn't even Purell. It was the No Frills
People
brand that they had there. $10 a
Triple D said some people are, I know at the liquor store, I heard people were buying Everclear and then like making hand sanitizer out of Everclear. $30 a bottle instead of buying a $2 fucking bar of soap. People are that nuts about hand sanitizer and shit because of the alcohol drying on their hand.
Listen, it's bad where when you go down to the Bronx and the cat that sleeps on the bread is complaining because people actually bought the bread that the cat was sleeping on. That's how bad things are getting right now. No joke. Everywhere you go, stuff is missing. And I got him popping, but it's the truth. Even the 5 cents, the 10 cents high fructose Italian ices, those sticks down at the bodega, they're gone too. Everything's gone.
Hey, listen, very seriously for anybody that's listening right now that hasn't prepared. Listen, if it doesn't go down, you got nothing to lose here. Nothing. Go buy food and keep it. If it doesn't go down, you got some extra food. That's it.
Yeah.
Prepare for this. Get the freaking ices if you have an extra freezer. Get whatever it is you need to get to be able to get you through an extended period of time, because this is what they're saying they're going to do. I hope it's wrong. I hope I'm out of here. Listen, we have at least a month and a half, at least. Okay, that's what they're saying. This thing is going to peak at a month and a half. So after the peak, it's supposed to go down. I give it another month and a half on top of that. About 4 months, 5 months here in New York City. They're not going to let us. They're just not going to let us out just like that, Pop.
I know that. They're even talking
Everybody
about
else,
banning domestic travel.
You're right. Everybody else, they might get out. We will take longer probably, and they're going to ban interstate travel. They're going to do it. We're going to be locked in here, and everybody else is going to be locked wherever they are.
Yeah, this is the funny thing.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're good.
They work for us. That's the funny thing. Yet they think they have all the power. When in actuality, if we all came together and said, hell no, we don't want a lockdown.
Right.
We don't need to be locked down.
Right. And that's the silver lining here. I'm hoping through all this that people wake up and figure out that we are slaves. Because people have been running around here thinking that they're free.
Well, let's take a look at this then.
Let's
take a look at this then from old Twitter Thumbs himself. You want to dispute whether QAnon or not? March 17th, the world is at war with a hidden enemy. We will win, all in caps. Now, that doesn't say shit about the coronavirus. It doesn't say shit about war with Iran.
Oh, that's
with
Trump's
China.
tweet, right?
That's from old Twitter Thumbs himself. The world is at war with a hidden enemy. We will win. So when we're talking about this big grander conspiracy and 600, Mexican mafia members go down, Tom Hanks supposedly taken in, Australia, all this could be based off of Weinstein stooging and going down
and Epstein too.
And Epstein, his death. Yeah. And then, all the rest of it sure comes into play with what they want to do. But is this the 4D chess? And, we've been outlining it piece by piece. What Stevie says, what if this is where they want to do universal basic income? Boom, we're there today. What if this is where they're going to fucking put in 5G? Stooge reports come in, it's 5 fucking G. What if it is that? What if it is the fucking play against the Vatican and Tom Hanks and all these motherfuckers? I don't want to rule it out, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say something very unpopular with the Hamin Media Group, right?
It's all good. Get them.
I know people here in Hamin Media are very, very, towards the right, and people love their Donald Trump. Listen, man. Listen, I grew up with this guy. Okay, I know who this guy is. There's no fucking 4D chess going on here. Okay, it's none. It's not fucking happening. Okay, listen. We can dwell on this all day and try to figure out how we can make this square fit into this triangle peg, and we can try it and try it over and over again. The fact of the matter is, it's going to be Donald Trump that issues these freaking martial law things for the country overall. Bottom line, okay? Who do you think Cuomo is going to get the federal assistance, man? He has to clear it with Donald Trump, okay?
You're absolutely. Thank you, host.
Right.
You're absolutely right. Look, what I'm saying, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. And then the reason why we can always work through the nonsense and the BS. This story that has been presented to us and all these candidates that may or may not be going down are all on the left. I haven't seen any names from the right in those tweets or the stuff that have been sent to us, because let's face it, it's not like just because you're on the left that makes you a bad person. There's people on the right who are Republicans who touch kids and done shady deals behind the backs of Congress and the government, and just as guilty as the left. I mean, they're all crooks, but none of their names are mentioned. So that's kind of suspect right then and there. It looks very one-sided, jaded to a certain narrative to trying to get a point across. So I can see that. But at the end of the day, you said it best. UBI is going to be put into place. 5G is going to be put into place. Mandatory vaccinations with the RFID chip is going to be put into place.
Right.
So this is the perfect scheme to get everything that they want to get in,
Right.
to get all their spots and shit in,
Right.
going to be put in.
Agreed 100%, man. Agreed 100% on all that. That's what we have to look forward to. That's what we have to look forward to. And it's not a fictional conspiracy theory. It's not any of that. It's happening right freaking now.
Dude,
Right, so-
Dirty Turnbuckle just sent me a thing, DM, about the Chinese from Toronto who were expelled from the lab. And it says 4 of them were level 4 lab in China, and how they were kicked out of it, and that this was all part of that espionage. This was back October 3rd, 2019. This story was published. And
I believe that, man.
And they went from Winnipeg, made at least 5 trips to China, 2017 to 2018.
Ooh, send that to me. I'd love to see.
Yeah, I will for sure, man. Absolutely.
But one thing I want to make clear is I want everybody here to remember, and I know all of the horsemen are familiar with this, and I think everybody listening, I don't know how many of you just got turned into this information by the horse. If you're old to this, there was a time where we were all against this left-right paradigm. It wasn't like the right is the thing and the left is the deep state. If you watch Fox News or you listen to Limbaugh or even Alex Jones right now, the left is the deep state. The Democrats have gotten branded as the New World Order. They're all the New World Order. All of them, the right and the left. And this is what I need people to remember. It's like we're going through amnesia or something. I don't understand. It's like, oh, well, the right has to be right. George Bush, remember that? You remember George Bush? We used to sit here and pound him into the ground. He's not a Democrat. He is not a Democrat. Okay, the Democrats are, listen, everybody at the top levels of politics are pieces of filth, bottom line. Okay, but when we just brand one group to be the deep state, we got a problem. Because then the other one are getting away with whatever they want, and we give them the support in return. This is not the deal. This is not the deal. If we're going to come together, we need to realize who the enemy is, and it's not us fighting against each other in some fake blue versus red thing. We got to stop that nonsense.
And you know what's funny? I mean, every time I go out, supermarket, whatever, to go buy supplies and food and whatever, everybody saying the same thing. And they were saying this before this pandemic came about and before everything shut down. Everybody was saying that the panic and the hype isn't real and the media is at fault and they're overdoing it and they're working it way too much. And these are average people, blue-collar people, white-collar people at the market buying whatever they need to buy and just talking amongst each other. They're probably talking about it in the barbershops or at the local bar, whatever. But the thing is that we're all on the same wavelength. But the problem is we are being allowed as a group, as a society, to be told what to do when we don't have to be told what to do. They don't have the power over us to say, hey, you need to stay in your house. Hey, you can't go to the gym. Look, if we choose to go to the gym, we choose to go to the movies or go to the Broadway plays or go to a restaurant, knowing that there's a possibility we may get sick and infect loved ones, and whether the elderly that we bump into or infect any other people who know, then that's on us. And that should always be that way. It shouldn't be forced to where we need to be locked up and be treated like caged rats.
And Planet Shit List is send all their kids home. All of them got to apply for unemployment, bro. Just fucking clipped them just like that, dude.
Well, that's the thing. Unemployment is going to be instantly kind of thrown. All of a sudden, we have all this money to send out, and everything is being created out of thin air.
Sites are all the sites are crashing statewide. It says on Drudge Report, all the unemployment.
Right. New York crashed. New Jersey crashed. Listen, I may be unemployed very soon. It's just the reality of it. I've already come to terms with it. And just like Stevie said, all of these things are crashing. It's been artificial for a long time, and I know Pop knows that.
I'll have you right out there in the field helping plant potatoes and onions all summer long. You'll be right out there, shirt off.
I'm down.
Big hat on.
I'll do it. I'll do whatever I need to do. I got no issue with that. Listen, bottom line is they've been artificially inflating this economy for a bit now. Everybody's jumping up and down. Oh, look at this economy. It's so great. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of the QAnon people and a lot of people on the right are supporting Donald Trump because of this economy. It's been artificially inflated for a very long time now. Okay, this was going to happen, coronavirus or not. The coronavirus has expedited things. That's all it's done. And what are they doing in response to it? Creating more fake money. Listen, quite frankly, I don't care. Okay, because ultimately, this whole economic system that we've built for ourselves is slavery. It's just the way I see it. It is slavery. So do I give a damn that if it's backed by gold or fiat? No, I really buy what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be backed by something. It hasn't been for a long time, and it's not now. And it's being generated out of thin air. And guess what? I'll take my $2,000, Mr. Trump. Thank you very much.
Well,
right?
That's the point.
Right.
That's
exactly.
Once you give them $1,000 or $2,000, this
it'll happen.
Never happen.
I got you. But you're right, Stevie. You're right. But it will happen. Well, the way I see things, and correct me if I'm wrong or if you see things differently. I have a silver lining here. This is a bio 9/11, right? This is this biological 9/11 that's taking place.
Of course it is, dude. It's a boogeyman you can't see that's not based on religion or ethnicity.
Right.
It's to give up your civil liberties, to say, Daddy, save me again. And then they give you back 20% of what you gave up, and you're so thankful to get baseball back, even though you can't buy a ticket. They're playing at least because it's boring as fuck. And and then yay, America's still going in this illusion.
4th of July.
And then George Bush gives you a fucking $350 payout with your taxes in 2006 after murdering Lord knows how many fuckers in Afghanistan and Iraq on fake weapons of mass destruction. Not going after the Saudis and the real killers of the CIA that made ISIS, Al-Qaeda a viable entity. And you just sit there and take it in the ass until a black president comes along and goes, so you can go, I like rap music, I'll vote for him too. And then all that shit's another lie while he fucking drone bombs on and on and on and on, takes all your fucking information, sells it to the highest corporate bidder. And then now here we are with Trumpy Trump and this fucking boogeyman. It's the same script again, and they're giving up every fucking civil liberty there possibly is out of fear.
But what else happened after 9/11 though? After 9/11, there was a mass awakening of people. A mass awakening. People woke up, right? It's the reason I'm here right now. I knew about the New World Order before that, but I was a sleeper cell. I wasn't activated until 9/11, 5 years after the fact.
Yeah, there'd be no bit on me without it.
It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. There will be a mass awakening as a result of this. People will look back. I got turned on to the Conspiracy Horsemen because of COVID-19. I listened to the Infinite Fringe because of COVID-19.
Yeah, but
and one of those people are going to cause some real change. They're overplaying their hand here. It's going to look bad for a long time, but these people are overplaying their hand.
But here's the issue. Here's the issue. After 9/11, people woke up, right? I agree with you 100% because that's when I woke up. But there wasn't monetary compensation given out to everybody that was down at 9/11.
Right,
So
right.
all these people, when they're gonna get their $2,000, they're gonna put their head in the ground and be like, nope, 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 not me, nope, nope. I got my money. I'm gonna be home and I'm gonna pay my bills.
Obama phone, Obama phone.
So, but here's the issue, guys. You guys got to realize something. $2,000 today
Ain't shit.
it's not as ain't shit. I mean,
Yeah.
if you get $2,000 per person in your household, I have 37 kids. I'm making some scaro. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, right? $2,000 in 2020 isn't what $2,000 was in 1990 or 1970 or 1950. So they decided to give us $2,000 a person a week or a month or whatever the case may be. UBI, Universal Basic Income, for all you mouth breathers out there, then you guys got to realize something. What's not to say, hey, here's $2,000, but guess what? Inflation just kicked up. That $2,000 buying power isn't what $2,000 that you thought was going to buy.
You want to really talk seriously? The only people who could fucking pull this off with this universal basic income and make it a fucking real and viable thing, there's only one group of people who can do it. The fucking stoners. If you fucking take all the money from instant federalized legal weed, 50% of it after whatever, and just say, that's the money we're going to fucking kick to everybody, half of that money that you kick back, stoners are going to go right back and put into weed again anyway. So it's going to be a cycle of fucking generating, and it's a renewable resource. Plus all that tax money will be able to pay for your UBI bullshit. The only thing that could really pull us out of this nationwide is fucking fully legalized marijuana.
Yeah, let's talk about the control aspect of it, though.
Right.
I went up to a small mountain town over the weekend where my wife's studio is, and no cash because of the pandemic. It would be the last place I thought that they would shut off the cash flow, because now germs, cash exchange. So trying to kind of get, in my opinion, with the self-checkouts at Target, Walmart, other places, which, by the way, that's the dirtiest thing ever, to touch those screens and everything. But how do you get the cash out of circulation? Use those self-checkouts more and get the cash out. These UBI cards, because they're not going to give us $2,000 or $1,000 in cash. You're going to have your government debit card.
Absolutely.
And that chip in there, like you said, Ben, on Russo, be able to track what you buy, when you buy it. Then the famous scene from Freedom to Fascism. Oh, you're ordering a pizza. Oh, pepperoni. Well, we see that you have a history of high blood pressure. Now your insurance goes up. Now this goes up. All these different things. Or if you host a Wednesday night show with 3 other wrestlers or a bunch of truthers, and you start exposing the truth, wow, it's so weird how your card just magically shuts off. Now that's some mark of the beast shit, in my opinion.
100. And that's why people wake up. You hit right on the head. You said, they're giving this money. It's gonna take a bit, but it's gonna freaking happen. It's gonna happen. This $2,000 isn't free. It comes with a lot of strings. One of those strings is gonna be that vaccine. You know what I mean? It's not coming right now, but later down the line, when they develop a vaccine, you want to go to Pennsylvania, and you want to go to New Jersey from New York, you got to take that vaccine. You want to get on a plane, you got to take that vaccine. People are going to start waking up. It has to happen. It's going to happen.
And you know what that is? Checkpoint. Sorry, Papa. Either you're not going to get the number like the Nazis put on the Jews, but it's going to be papers, please, at Checkpoint Charlie. Let's see those. No, it doesn't even need
to be that. What is it? The website will be run by Google and these corporations where you can go with a drive-through and take your test. What are you doing? You're giving up your DNA fucking with a swab in the drive-through. They're not giving you any solution. They're just testing you. Oh, you're negative for it. Go. You don't have it. Good for you. But we got your fucking DNA in the database tied to this, that, and the other, and who's sick and who's not, and what we say, dude. This is all for fucking everything to categorize people. And then you can tie your DNA directly to the fucking bank account for whatever even your essence is. That'll be the next fucking thing. It'll be some Jedi shit. This is the payment you're looking for. That's it. Boom.
I don't disagree with you at all, man. Like I said the other day, I did a show on Sunday, which is lost forever because TFR didn't work out. So I did it. People heard it, but it's gone. Like I can't put it up. I can't do anything with it. But 23andMe, right? It wasn't, apparently it wasn't doing the job. So now all they have to do is swab your left cheek and boom, you're good, right? And people are going to do this because they want to get the food in the bread line. So you have to get tested. All types of shit like that are going to happen. And like you said, Ben, they're going to write down your name. They're going to have your DNA. They're going to know what you eat, what you don't eat, you know, the whole deal. They're going to have the whole deal written down on you. It's not good.
Alec Baldwin putting it over. I got tested. You should get tested too. Like fucking, you know, all that. It's just going to be the next rollout of everything that they do, man. And where will we be to like throw up a roadblock before we can even get to that point? Because once martial law really drops and they're talking about, like you said, a National Guardsman being deployed to fucking do security in quarantine areas. Well, that's a pretty broad look. Is a quarantine area a Walmart that's been turned into a FEMA detention center where you've rounded up people and fucking pushed them in there? Or does that mean a quarantine area? All right, we know St. Louis has got some rough areas and there's people who are looting and we want to make sure when the food supply gets there, it's not all cleared out. That's a different mission than fucking, if they breach the perimeter, fucking shoot them. You know, like one is Red Dawn and very plausible in that same language. It's very open-ended of what the fucking, you know, where is this going? Agenda 21. What was the other one? Not Agenda 21. 15. When all the
Jade Helm.
Jade Helm. Yeah. Jade Helm was going down too, man. This is what they were training for, possibly even then. You know, of this type of response of that. So, if you don't know about Agenda 21, what was was it Operation 201? What was it?
201.
201 was the name of that thing.
Yeah, Operation 201, which is a new, or Agenda 201, and Jade Helm. Those are three big rabbit holes you can go down and will tie into the greater of what may be coming. And if you haven't watched Red Dawn, the original or the remake, I suggest you do so now.
Well, here.
One thing, Pop, let me get this in here before I forget. And I'm sure you already know this, but there's a giant Navy ship coming in New York. It's going to have like 1,000 beds. And they're going to use it as a hospital, a giant Navy ship.
That's a chance for you to make some extra money when the boys dock in the fucking bay down there. I mean, get your arm warmed up. It's $25 wanks, fucking $30.
You going to give me some tips?
Well, you can get the shaft too if you fucking
how to get it done, how to get the best tips.
Let me know, Ben. You can get all the tips. It's the shaft.
Put me on.
The shaft that you want.
But it's gonna, you know, they're coming down. This is serious. They're coming down, man. Like, you know, and they're gonna dock here or whatever. And that Trump just approved it. It's on its way here.
It's all right, man. When they bust on your couch, you can have Seaman furniture. You'll be fine.
Tribe Called Quest. That did not go over my head. Listen,
I know.
I have to roll, but I just want to say a couple of things before I go.
Go ahead, man.
Thank you for having me. You know, it's always a pleasure to be on with all of y'all. Stevie, you're good. You know, we're here in New York. Me and Pop, I think, are going to be affected a little more than Ben.
Pop and I.
But let's see what develops. I think we're going to be fine. It's going to be some time, but I think we're going to be fine. We're going to come out of it at the other end. We got to figure out a way to turn negative into a positive, straight up and down. If you're in quarantine for X amount of time, man, do something constructive, man. Go do some Stevie Richards fitness, maybe. Get in shape. You know what I mean? Start learning how to freaking become independent, man. I just bought seeds. If I'm going to be here, I may as well try to grow stuff. I never had time to learn that stuff before. Well, now there's a whole shitload of time that's just been granted to me. So let's try to do something positive with it. And what's up?
Here's some advice. Take the seeds out the wheat, put them in the chia pet, and start growing your own little wheat chia pets.
That's what the guy told me when I went to buy this stuff. He was like, yo, you growing bud? I'm like, no, man. Dude, like, just give me some freaking seeds. I want to grow some kale. So I got a couple of that stuff. Or
wheat kale?
Yeah.
No, but I'm going to start.
Your weed got more seeds than ODB, son.
You know, it's tough. It's the nonsense. Even if we make it Even if we get to the other end of this, which we will, we absolutely will. It's time to stop the nonsense. Look, this is a big wake-up call for everyone. For everyone. All right. Like, hopefully it's not as bad as they're making it out to be. I mean, I'm thinking 5 months. Maybe I'm wrong, man. It'll be 3 months. Maybe it'll be a month and a half, and we can go back to life, or some sort of life, because it's never going to be the same after this.
We have to learn a lesson. We will learn the lesson, and we'll never forget this. And this is the closest thing to people that were living in the Depression that still saved their scraps. Knitted up.
Yep.
Knitted up their jeans, and they didn't go out and be consumers. This is the lesson that people can learn. That the consumerism over style type of living, the going out to eat every night, these things, it's something that hopefully, but I know what you mean. I'm never going to change. This is going to change me even more forever. I know you guys, but I think the Nancy Browns and the Desperate Housewives and the people that have to go out and be seen every weekend night, they're going to go back to business as usual and go back to sleep.
I hope not. I think some of them will wake up, but regardless, listen, if you're listening to this, there might just, and if you're in New York, there might not be too much time left here. Okay, just please start to prep. When this goes down, it's going to be a soft martial law run. It's going to be soft. So they're going to let you go to the supermarket, but they're only going to let you get X amount of stuff. You don't want to be dependent on these people. I mean, go right now. Go get yourself some food, a couple of sacks of rice, and keep them there. That's it. Like, if you don't have money, put them on your credit card. The hell with it, right? The system is about to collapse. Put them on your credit card.
Weren't they talking about excusing all debt? Some countries, France just came out and said for the next 3 months, no one needs to pay any bills.
I'd love for that to happen because I got plenty. But let's see what develops, man. We haven't been here before. This is uncharted territory. I just want to tell everybody. I'll be reporting out of the Bronx. I'm sure Pop and Ben will be doing their thing from wherever they're at. You know what I mean? And we'll come together and I'll stay in contact with you guys, let you guys know that I'm okay. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. And at the end of it, I mean, by being fine, meaning we're going to come out of this, there's going to be a lot of consequences, a lot of rights that are going to go away that we're never going to get back. It's just the reality of things. This is real right now. Okay, and we sit around and we talk conspiracy all the time, and sometimes it's fun. A lot of times it's not. Now it's fucking real. This is real. This is the real deal, okay? It's just what it is.
It wouldn't be happening. It wouldn't be happening without all the conspiracies that we talk. It's not just by happenstance and everything that you're seeing. And if you're here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen or Hacker Hamin or America Unplugged or the Infinite Fringe on iHeartMedia, you know it. You're awake, and it's definitely up to you to speak some truth to people who are just. It's not going to be an easy thing to do, but that's the only way that we're going to be able to pull out of this nosedive a little bit. Stevie, go.
Got some not breaking news, but just developments, at least in this area, from the police department page here on Facebook. Lots of car thefts at gas stations. Lock your car as soon as you get out to pump gas. So these nonviolent crimes, I think people are seeing what's happening in other areas like Philly, and they're thinking, well, even if they did announce it, who's going to come after me? Because the world is just...
My God.
So there you go, you guys. GGP and Billy Ray.
Now you need...
That's a good side business for you guys. Start doing carjackings at gas stations. I think that's a good little side hustle for you two.
Dope. Hess, beware. Here I come.
I'm good, brother.
I gotta go. But I love you guys, man. Take it easy. Man. Thank you for everything, all of you, and I will be in contact. Everybody listening, please go get ready. If you don't have a filter, get some water, get some rice, get some beans, get some Chef Boyardee. Whatever you need to get, just get it. And if nothing happens, you have a ton of food for a while. And if something does happen, you're ready for it, and you can plan accordingly moving forward. That's it. All right. I will be in contact with everybody. I'm gonna be putting out content, Lord willing. I still have online class that's coming up, so I am going to be busy. But I have stuff planned. So God bless you, all of you. Take it easy.
Bless you too, brother.
All right.
Later,
Bye-bye.
man. Take care.
Cheers.
Another thing too, somebody doubts Billy Ray because he said last time you said everything was going to be fine. Now look at Ricochet.
Hey, I'm glad I'm still here for that because I don't get on the Wednesday locker room very often anymore. But listen, all right. And I don't like to be a heel or anything here, but I hate to say I fucking told you so. All you fucking marktards, all of you that got at me for telling you that they were going to fuck up Ricochet when Ricochet stepped his first toe into the WWE. What the fuck is going on now? Okay, come see me now. All right, the dude is exactly as I freaking predicted that it was going to go down. Ups and downs, a U.S. title run, which doesn't mean shit anymore. And then they were going to throw him to the side. And could there be a resurgence for Ricochet? Absolutely. But he will never be what you guys thought he was going to be until he leaves the WWE. And guess what? Maybe not even there because he can't cut a promo. All right, it's time to go.
Think about all the new videos he's making while he's at home right now.
There you go. He's going to be real over in the Triple X homo stuff. There you go. I'll talk to you guys later.
Girls' business is up. I was gonna say too, like, what the Billy Ray's not necessarily breaking news with that. They've been operating like that since the Illuminati was around.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Oh, Billy Ray
WWE,
Valentine, you guys.
WWE messes up a talent. Jeez, man, that's
shocking.
I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, but didn't they take the what's that tag team called? The Revival off the road and not paying them?
Not paying them, yeah, it took them off, man.
Can they do that? Don't they have guaranteed money?
If they're finding them in some breach of contract, that's what I was thinking.
There's another way to do it. They don't have to be in breach of contract. When you go there, you can either say, when I would do it, I would stay on my weekly, even if I was on the road, like with Right to Censor. And then at the end of the year, if I made more than my downside, I would get a lump sum at the end of the year. Or I would get paid as I was getting booked. I knew right away that would be up and down. So I'd rather know what I was making every 2 weeks. And then at the end, throw that into a SEP IRA or do whatever. What they probably did was they made more than their downside. They were on the booking sheet, so to say, taking draws, doing things like that. They don't owe them a dime, not even talent pool money. So if they made, say, $100,000 and they were on the road and made $110,000, you're done for the year. You could sit you at home if you made that by July. That's the fuck of being up there. Like, take you off TV, and then when you come back, you're not getting booked, you're not making anything, and you're only hoping to make your downside. That's the trick they played with them.
So basically, what's going now with the world is what WWE does with their talent.
Pretty much. Yeah, you either take the UBI like I did, or you do that.
That's it.
You go. You go with the market. Very fucking, dude. I don't know if everything's.
I don't know either,
okay.
bro. But this whole thing about UBI and the chips and the 5G, it's very coincidental that all this stuff is coming into fruition right now, all at once. But more importantly, from what I hear now, they might even entice us where we don't have to pay taxes anymore because of the UBI, and that we'll only have to pay like a higher sales tax when we buy goods. The only things that won't get taxed is medicine and food.
Yeah, 17%, like an excise tax. Like no state, like Tennessee and Florida, have higher sales tax on stuff like that. But here's the thing. This is the ultimate. We talked about 9/11. We talked about other things. This is the ultimate trading your freedom for security. People are hurting right now. They're going to be hurting more. My heart goes out to them. But, man, you want to talk about like begging for a UBI, and we'll do anything for it. We don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Just protect us.
Yep.
You know what, dude? It's scary because, we're saying here 5, 6 months, 18 months. Number one, not even from a wrestling standpoint, but those people who are depending on the independent wrestling bookings to make money, they're up shit's creek.
Yeah.
All these other individuals who got fired from their jobs temporarily and not getting a severance, or just got fired and let go, or independent contractors like plumbers and electricians who can't go to every house to work because they're afraid the clientele are afraid to let them in because of this supposedly easily spread disease, and they don't want germs coming in or out of the house, and they don't want to get infected. God forbid they go to John Smith's house and catch it, and go to Paul Taylor's house and give Paul Taylor the virus. So a lot of people are going to be up shit's creek because of this thing. This is really going to affect us, in a lot of different ways. But it's going to be a stiff Yakuza kick to the face. This is
the thing. When I said the numbers, you're talking about gatherings of less than 50 people, gatherings of less than 10 people. Well, the scenario of a plumber going to an elderly person's house, spreading it to her or him or the couple, that's less than 10. That's less than 5. Then go to another one, then go to another one. A 20 to 29-year-old plumber, if all these facts are to be believed, you're spreading them. So when they put out the Cosby math of less than 50 or less than 10, all it takes is 2 people. And then it spreads over 3 days both ways, maybe. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I really don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. And that would be the safe narrative, Nancy Brown narrative that we would all hope is the case. Or they just know exactly what they're doing. And like Ben and Billy Ray said, it's really medical martial law. And this is the guys. It could be 5G. It could be both. It could be everything wrapped into one, because the streets are completely clear. The news is completely bogged down with one thing. I didn't know that we bombed Iran. I didn't know they attacked us. This is crazy.
You know what? I wish the meteorite came and hit us and took us all out and took us out of this fucking place. Right, Ben? Didn't you send an article about a meteor?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to put up there, man. Absolutely. Good call, bro. As we start to take it home here, NASA reports asteroid to pass close to the Earth. Let me get this accept cookies fucking thing off here.
Is that the airburst one that's going to be close?
Yeah, airburst. To pass close to the Earth tomorrow might airburst. An asteroid currently being tracked by NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, CNOS, John CNOS, known as 2020 EF, will pass close enough to the planet to potentially cause an airburst. However, the agency explains that we're safe either way. The asteroid is too small to survive contact with the Earth's atmosphere. The chunk of rock is currently on an Earth-intersecting orbit, is fast approaching the planet at more than 10,000 miles per hour. CNOS researchers estimate that about 98 feet in diameter, according to IB Times. Yeah, that's very interesting. Also, NASA makes their entire media library publicly accessible and copyright free. No matter if you enjoy taking images of space, NASA has a treat for you, or watching or just taking images of it. They've made their entire collection of images, sounds, and videos available and publicly searchable online. It's 140,000 photos and other resources available for you to see or even download and use it in any way you like. You can also type in a term you want to search for and browse through the database of stunning images of the outer space. Additionally, there's also images of astronauts, rocket launches, even NASA, and other interesting stuff. What's interesting is that almost every image comes with the EXIF data, EXIF, which could be useful for astrophotography enthusiasts. So there you go,
That's
Steve.
the metadata that tells you all the lenses or whatever they use.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Now that's interesting, because if it were all to be believed, do you think everybody's scrambling and going into their things and are keeping everybody at home because this thing's going to hit?
Maybe they are, man. To look out there. I just keep thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe it is going to just do an air burst and burn up in the atmosphere. Look how many and how frequently these are coming in, dude, every month.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not like they haven't had eyes on the same spot and they're just seeing this shit new. Are we not seeing a major uptick in the last 18 months?
Every week, it seems.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going too crazy.
Everybody sleep well tonight.
Yeah. So, fake viruses are incoming from outer space. Either way, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
Listen, bro, it is crazy times. It's not hard times. We're not eating pork and beans and dining with kings and queens, but it is crazy times moving forward, because we don't know what's going to happen. If we thought this was going to happen in the beginning of 2020, we would have told you guys are nuts.
Yeah.
Go put your tinfoil hats on and leave us alone, because you guys are, batshit crazy. But here we are. We're all sitting at home. We're not going to work. Working from home if you're lucky enough. Other people are fired. You can't buy toilet paper. You can't buy food, certain types of food. You can't go out and get a drink. You can't go out and get a bite to eat. You can't go out and work out. You can't go see a movie. You can't go to a play. Can't go to a concert. You can't leave your house. If you do leave your house, what are you going to do? Walk around, jog? Who jogs? What do I look like? Freaking Richard Simmons here? I don't think so. We can't work. We can't do matches. Stevie thing got, even though he's retired, his Wildcat booking got messed up. Any other bookings?
All my Canada bookings are gone even now too. I thought I might be able to keep those. Both Immortal bookings, the 18th to 25th, are gone. Everything's pushed to the end of May. Possibly.
I'll be the longest reigning Immortal champion after this.
Fucking ridiculous. Dude. So I'm talking about. So, I mean, it is a time of just crazy unbalance. But I think as soon as they get 5G where they want it, we're okay. Bring it back. Everything's fine now.
Yeah, but here's a scary thing. We've said this in the past before, and this thing hasn't been tested, so we don't know the ramifications of what's going to happen afterwards.
Sure.
So when we think we're in the clear, we might get hit by something else.
Well, that's when you're going to need the 5G vaccine. That's when they'll do it. Like you just have to have it if people are getting sick. That this is what'll help everybody get through that. So. Stevie, we've been here, every day. We'll be back in the morning with the Ultra Kayfabe Friday locker room. We'll see what happens in the next 12-hour window of them sending people home, locking us down. Where WrestleMania's going, AEW's running right now, empty arena, except they have the heels on one side and the babies on the other, just sitting there.
Who suggested that? Isn't that weird?
That's interesting to me. I don't know. In that OVW style, so. We'll see which way things go tonight. I'm going to have to watch that because I'll be back after the locker room with MSG and Chris Silvio for AEW Light the Fuse here at hackerhamin.podbean.com. But we're going to stay on the news, you guys. It's just as nuts as you fucking can make it. And we appreciate having record numbers here tonight because you guys are obviously looking for that port in the storm, not the one to drop your kids off at Oprah's compound, but, here with the Conspiracy Horsemen because you're going to
get it, kid, and you get it, kid, and you get it, you get it, kid.
Everybody check under your fucking seats. The best thing you can do to help us out is obviously go to and help yourself, StevieRichardsFitness.com. Go to thebroasters.com and get that Russo Bro coffee. We'll ship it to you so you don't have to go out to the store and get that bullshit stuff, and that's going to help us. And obviously all of our Pro Wrestling Tees stores to pick up something from there if you can. And everyone who's cheered bits here tonight at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen, I always appreciate you there as well. But it's tough times, man. Like, those are going to be our busiest months coming March, April for wrestling, for GGP and I, especially him holding 3 titles and us working for half a dozen to 8-10 companies. And now all that's on the shelf, man. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's not like it's just coming down on us. It's everybody in our business and businesses we're not even connected with. We totally get it. And we're going to try and keep on hustling here. What else you guys got? Anything you want to put over?
If people are out of work, I see a lot of things like Aldi, Costco, Sam's Club. I see right here Domino's. There are some places that are hiring in certain areas. So if you need that 2 or 3 weeks until maybe this UBI kicks in or employment, there are stocking shelves at a store. It's not the most glamorous thing, but there are places to get work right now if you really need it.
Mm-hmm. And, if you can get outside to get a jump on all your early spring housework and things like that, it's going to make this time go by a lot quicker, man. Increase your property value if you can. Do whatever you can do just to keep your mind in a positive place moving forward, because letting all that shit sink in on you, you just got to look at, hey, in every weakness, there's an opportunity. And if the weakness is that I can't be at work right now supporting, what's my opportunity to keep doing positive things? So, GGP, how about you, man?
I would say catch me at a show near you, but we ain't got no shows. So brother. Let's see. Tomorrow, NFO drops. It's a very light week as far as news goes because this coronavirus is overstrong and not a lot of news came out Star Wars wise, but we did have an entertaining show. We made chicken salad out of chicken shit. So, nice. That's going to be dropping tomorrow. You can go find it at NFO_podcast on Twitter, New Force Order on the Instagram, and Official New Force Order on Facebook. Go to newforceorder.com or New Force Order at yahoo.com. Buy the merchandise on the website. Support us. And when you go to the YouTube page, please like it, hit the notification bell. You know, you'll get updated every week with the new shows. Show some support. We're the raunchiest, realest podcast out there concerning the Star Wars. But yet we're not getting the following we should deserve. We're getting good numbers, but there are a lot of corny paint by number podcasts out there that just do their things and stay in their comfort zone and are dry and boring to listen to. You have fun with us, so give us a chance and we'll rock your world. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you come because we bust each other's chops a lot during the show, so it's entertaining as well. That's all I got.
Awesome, man. Well, it's everything going down here at hackerhamin.podbean.com, from Stevie's bonus fitness and mental health videos that are keeping. I look actually.
Did you say bonus?
Yeah, bonus. Yeah, he's been.
Oh, they said boner for a second. I was saying, whoa, hey now.
Yeah, well, he's got. I might have a boner when I see him at the firing range touching off his new toys down there, man. I'm excited to see this side slinger Stevie Richards' new character coming out.
It just might be Westworld coming up, or Wild West, or whatever.
Oh man, but you guys be safe, be fucking smart, y'all. Just keep it locked here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen. We'll be back in the morning. Keep your head in the right place and get a good night's rest, or don't, infidels. YOLO. What's that in the sky up there? Oh yeah, it's gonna burst. It's a big burst. Yeah.